Hello, this is Jolie with Crochet Basics, and in this episode I'm going to show you how to make a easy peasy candy corn applique. But from this one applique we're going to make a few different projects. So this is an easy one. It works up quick, definitely beginner friendly for the most part, but we're going to be able to pull out some craft supplies with this one other than just our yarn. So let's get this going. And if you haven't, if you're new to me, please subscribe. Give a thumbs up if you like the video. And also, I just started a new website, and I have patterns available there, patterns for sale, finished items, and all that kind of stuff. So check me out, Jolie LLC Designs. .com. The link will be below. Okay, so what you need for this one is not a lot of yarn. It's a small project, so you don't need a lot of yarn at all. Okay, so you need candy corn colors. I'm using all Red Heart Super Saver, actually, size 4, medium weight, acrylic yarn. And I have white. For the yellow, I have lemon is the color. And the orange is pumpkin colored, okay, which they do make a really nice pumpkin colored yarn, the Red Heart Super Saver. Okay, so from here, stuffing is optional. I'll show you the applique, and then I'll show you a few things of what I did with it. Okay, we can work this up in an E hook. All right, US size is E, and it's a size 4. An E is a size 4, and it's a 3.5 millimeter size hook. You need a scissor. A measuring tape is always welcome when you're working with yarn, because it moves, it shifts, and you want your sizing and all of that. And then pretty much anything you want to add. I'm going to show you how to do some safety eyes. Make it a amigurumi, which is a stuffed, item. Okay, and either like a small amount of black yarn is good, or you can always use the white, or whatever colors you want, but for the most part, candy corn colors, actually. Okay, for the most part. All right, now this is the main piece of it, the main what it looks like when it's done. I didn't cut off or anything like that, because I just wanted to show you this is in a J hook. All right, which the Red Heart Super Saver is usually an H or an I hook it recommends. But we go smaller for nice tight stitches, and we go bigger for nice loose stitches, okay, as far as if you're a beginner and you're new to making things like this. Okay, but I used a J10 to make this one, and this is the original here, and this one I used the E hook, and it came out to just under 2 inches, not including the border, and we'll go from there. Okay, alright, so let's get started, and let me just snip this off. But I thought a quick easy one for Halloween. Halloween's coming, and this one works up so quick. You can put it on pretty much anything, even a face mask if need be, or a hair clip or something like that. Alright, so I got my E hook, and I'm starting in the white. So if you do a slip knot, I do a little crossover on my hook. That's just how I learned, or how I taught myself. No one ever showed me to do a slip knot. Alright, so we're going to chain 2. So 1, 2, and in that second chain from the hook, you're going to do 1 single crochet for row 1. 1 single crochet. Alright, and then you'll chain 1, and you'll turn your work. I don't know, I guess I should zoom in. You'll chain 1, you'll turn your work, and in that 1 single crochet, you're going to work 3 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. So you'll chain 1 and you'll turn your work. So now for row 3, you're going to do 2 single crochets in the first stitch. So we're increasing here. So 1, You go right back in, 2. 1 in the center, single crochet, and then 2 in the last. So you'll end up with 5 single crochets for row 3. Zoom out just a little bit. Alright, so now you'll chain 1 and turn your work. So now for row 4, we're going to do a color change. So real simple on this one with the color change, because you know, different projects have different ways of doing color change, which may seem, I guess, a little off or something, but it's true. Okay, so just pull through on your last and make your color change as the chain 1. Alright, you'll turn your work. So for row 4, no increase, just 1 single crochet in each, and you'll have 5 single crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1, turn your work. So now for row 5, we're going to increase again. So row 5, 2 in the first, 2 single crochet in the first stitch, 1 in the next 3 stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 single crochet in the last, 1, 2, and that'll bring you up to 7 stitches. So you want to chain 1 and turn your work. And for row 6, just 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way down the line, and you'll still have 7. Okay, and then we're going to color change again. For row 7 we're on now. So you'll add in your yellow. Super easy. Pull everything nice and tight. When you do a color change like that, you want to pull everything nice and, well, any color change, you want to pull everything nice and tight, but you want to pull everything nice and tight. Alright, so for row 7, no increase, just 1 single crochet down the row, 7 single crochets total. Alright, chain 1, turn work, and then for row 8 we're going to do an increase again. So you'll do 2 single crochets in the first, 1 down the row, and 2 in the end. You should end up with 9 stitches for row 8. Okay, super simple, and that's it. So now, what you can do, now it all depends on your style. You can make 2 of these, okay? Well, make as many as you like, but you can make 2 of these and crochet them together. Now I did it with the black. Anyway, from here, you'd snip off everything. Now this one's a good one because you don't really have to weave in, and you don't have to, if you're going to use it to make, you know, a little amigurumi, you know, a little stuffed piece, look like a little pillow, you don't really have to weave in. I am making a little knot on one of my ends here, my last end, just to keep everything nice and tight as far as that. Alright, now you can go up in hook size with this, not too tremendous, or it'll be very loose. So this is the K, no, I'm sorry, this is the J hook, and this is what the E hook looks like. I'm sorry, got all these strings hanging out, everything's loose. But you can see like the difference, you know, you can see what a difference it makes, how loose this one is and how snug and tight this one is. And that's like really a good rule of thumb as far as amigurumis, you know, when it's a stuffed piece. When it's a stuffed, you know, you want to go tight. You want a small hook with fat yarn and go nice and tight, right? All right. So from here, you'll put a border on it. And you can do the border in white or, you know, white, black, or, you know, whatever color you want to do, really. You know, whatever color you fancy, of course. All right. So from here, you can crochet it up. All right, but I want to show you something before I do that. I know this isn't as exciting as my usual exciting. It's crochet. I'm sorry. So silly. Okay, these are 6mm safety eyes. So 6mm safety eyes. And I was thinking, you know, I wanted to make this more fun. Okay, so if you're new to amigurumis, safety eyes have a piece that snaps on the back. Now, all different companies make these. The safety eyes, all different companies make them. You can get them online. You can get them at the craft store. They're usually meant for sewing. So you're not going to find them in the yarn section. You're going to find them in the sewing section, you know, depending on the craft store that you go to, if you go to the craft store. Okay, so, but this has ridges. So it has little ridges here. And once you snap that on, you want to snap it as tight as possible. You want to, you know, pinch it tight as possible. And from there, it locks in place so that it doesn't come out. But you really have to get them as tight as possible. So especially if you're doing with yarn. You know, that's another reason you want to use a super small hook with the amigurumis. But you would line them up as far as, you know, across the row. You want them lined up. Okay. And then you'd snap it on. Now the thing is that the back is so wide, you know, not this one, but, you know, as you go up in sizes and stuff like that. So with the eye placement, sometimes you have to go wider to accommodate the disc, the back of the eye, really. All right. So, yeah, okay. Now, if you, and once you snap them on, if your placement, like once they're on, that's it. If you had snapped it on prematurely and your placement is off, then you have to cut it off. You have to cut the eye off, and then it renders it unusable. Like it makes it like you can't use it. It's not going to be safe anymore because it's just going to be the post. All right, you'd have to find another back that fits it. So, I don't know if you heard it. It snapped down. I heard 3 little pops. All right, I heard 3 little pops on it. So here's what that looks like. And I do have a tips and tricks video for the amigurumi. It's from a couple years back, but still holds. And I show you ways to insert these if you don't have the hand strength to get them through. Because for the bigger ones, I have a problem with the bigger ones. I usually cannot get them in there proper. All right, so I'm going to snap this other one on. Okay. So, pretty good. And I got good placement there. There's pretty spaced apart. So that's the back of it. Now, with this, it's a small piece. It's not going to have a lot of stuffing in it, so you have to watch if you're going to use the safety eyes because it could pop out the back. So what I always suggest is that you get a really good amount of stuffing behind here. And then another trick that somebody two different tricks from two different people told me. One told me, because the bigger ones have, let me move this here so you can see better. The bigger ones have a loop. So they told me, very nice person told me, that what she does is she ties them together behind the face. She'll line, you know, she'll put a few yarn, you know, or string, and she'll go through a couple of times, you know, both eyes, and she, you know, puts it behind and she knots it off or whatever so that they don't come through. So that if one comes through, they both have to come through. Okay, so that's one trick. And then another trick somebody told me is that she melts them because it's plastic and you can melt them. Now, I'm going to say with that, I've never tried it. I think I am going to try it this time just to have this more flat. You can also cut it down a little bit on the ridge, but that might leave a sharp because this is not sharp. This is rounded. So with melting, I would say be super careful if you're going to try melting it because, you know, once this melts down, you know, this is yarn. Like, this is yarn. So, you know, it's, be careful with that one, I guess, you know. And maybe do it, like, outside. So, because when plastic melts, it stinks something terrible, doesn't it? Okay. But I think I am going to try to melt them down. You can also snip off, not to where the ridge is, but up higher would work too. But not with like a regular scissor because you'll mess your scissor, I would assume. Ooh, that popped right off. Okay, these are jewelry pliers. I wasn't expecting it. I've never done it before. All right, these are jewelry pliers, but they have a cutter because I do jewelry also. They have a little cutter. Now, it's got a rough edge, but it should be all right. All right, try it again. There you go. Snipped off, so now it's flatter. So you're still going to want to put a lot of padding behind that. You know, you don't want this coming through. You might want to use like a nail file and trim it up if you're going to try that. I don't know. Learning things. All right, I think I'm going to go with white on this for my border. All right, so from here, you want to go, oh, wrong hook, sorry. All right, from here, you don't want to go all the way to the edge. Go a little bit before the edge and attach. So if you're going to do it in white or black, you know, whichever. You can also sew it together. Sewing is fine. All right, but I'll just show you real quick how to crochet the two pieces. What am I doing? I got to attach the other piece. Hello. All right. So you'll line up your pieces. I feel like the camera is way foggy. I don't know. I hope it's not, but all right. You'll line up your pieces. Okay. You want to try and make sure you're going through the same stitches. All right. You'll pull through and chain one. And as you go, you'll tuck your strings in between your piece. All right. So all of these little strings, don't bother cutting them off. Shove them in. And they just make for more stuffing. All right. And then we'll put a little stuffing in to get behind the eyes. All right. So you'll chain one. And the next one over is our ending stitch or our corner stitch. So do 3. Ooh, what am I doing here? I got the tail. I talk too much. All right. Let's try that again. All right, attach off the corner. Make sure you have the real string and not your tail. All right, chain one. And in that corner stitch, make sure you're picking up both pieces, and you'll go through 3 times, 3 single crochets in the corner. So 1, 2, here's 3. All right, now from here, get out of here. All right, you'll just go through single crochet each stitch. A good rule of thumb with single crochet is I try to get at least one stitch like per row made. So like here's a row, so here's a stitch. You know, as far as borders are concerned, because this is a border, more or less, you know, you're crocheting it together. All right, so then I'm moving down to the next one. Okay. And with this, it doesn't really, I don't think it matters too much if you know, put in a few extra stitches. It's not going to change the, it's not going to change it too much. All right. It's funny because when I turn it this way, it can actually go either way. You can do a tiny little mouth right here. So, there you go. Upside down candy corn goes either way. The white looks cute too. Tricky, tricky. Whichever you like, I guess, you know, whatever your preference is. If you wanted to do it in the white, or you wanted to do it in the black, or, you know, even another color is fine too. Right? Just make sure you're sealing the whole thing up. On the corner, on the points, do 3 single crochets to get you over to the next side. And that'll help it lay flatter because of the increases. All right, but push your stuff in as we're working down. I like these. You make a bowl of these. You know, give them away. Stick them in the trick-or-treaters bags or whatever, you know. Give them away. Glue it to a magnet, and you got one for your friggy, you know, for your refrigerator and stuff. Okay, now I'm coming up on my corner here, so I'm going to do 3 in this corner stitch here. Now, however you did your eyes, look at all of this. It's like a party. All right, however you did your eyes, but I'm going to shove all of this in here. Okay, and with the tight stitches, you're not really going to see any of that. You know, you're not going to really see it. But you want to get it all the way to the point that's there. I have such a long tail here. Oh, that's my starting tail. Okay, oopsies. I was so confused for a second. All right, now if you did the eyes, the safety eyes, you can sew on buttons. You know, this is not a small child's toy, because it's a small piece. This could be a choking hazard if it gets, you know, into a small child's mouth. So keep that in mind. Now from here, that's what all of this looks like, all of that shoved up in there. All right. I have 3 lights going, and I feel like I can't see a dang thing on this camera. All right. But a small amount of stuffing. I always use Polyfill brand, polyester. I'm not affiliated, but I find that some of the other brands will get, they become dense over time. All right, with this, you want to get a good amount of stuffing in between the eye posts if you use the safety eyes, because they can go like that. The posts themselves can end up squeezing together, and so if you get a good amount of stuffing in between, it'll hold them better in place. And then stuff, you know, as much stuffing as you can get in without spacing out your stitches. All right, that's always kind of like the goal with the stuffing, as far as amigurumis, as far as I'm concerned, because, you know, you put so much work into the stitches. You don't want it to take away with seeing the stuffing through the stitches. In my opinion, you know, especially if you use darker yarns and stuff, it really stands out, the white spots in between. All right, and then just seal this candy corn up. All right, just one single crochet across to where you first started. Should be fine. You can also sew this up if you like. But, you know, most crocheters like to cheat. They like to crochet it together instead of threading a needle. I mean, I would assume. I know I like to cheat. I'm like, okay, I'll crochet it together, you know. No, might just be me. Okay. And once you're completely sealed, you'll slip into that first, where you first started. You'll just do one slip stitch, pull, and then from there you just weave in, not off, weave in, however you feel comfortable. I always say, you know, however you feel comfortable, because your level of, you know, you might be more skilled than me and or less skilled than I am, and that's fine, you know, that's good too. But everyone has their own little way of doing things, I think. But that's my favorite part about the amigurumis, is that you can just make a little tiny knot and shove everything in and boom. You don't have to weave a dang thing in. Alright, so I will weave in. Now I dig it. I like this one. This one goes either way. I would make a bowl of these. So this is what it looks like in the white. Where's my, oh, here's my black one. Okay, ooh. Oh, I had a face in here and I took it out. Okay, but here's what it looks like. Now here, I didn't stuff. So if you see the difference, this only has the strings in it. I didn't stuff it. It only has the strings, and this one I did stuff. So perfect. All right, and I like this. You can go either way with this. It could be like this, or it could be like this, and you're good. Now from here, you can do a bunch of stuff with this one. You could do a bunch of stuff with this one. Okay, whether you put the eyes or you don't put the eyes. Dress It Up is the name of the company, and they make all different types of buttons. Okay, and I'm trying to pick one up, but my nails are too dang long. Okay, they make little tiny buttons, and they make all little different, you know, fancy dancy stuff. Little bumblebees, little dragonflies, all that kind of thing. And those, you can use those as eyes if, you know, those make good eyes too. All right, and then I had, see, this is very lightweight. So you can put this on a key ring and hang it up. Either one. You can put it on a key ring and hang it up. They make all different types of key rings. Okay. And then I had, watch I don't find it, I pulled out all this craft stuff. You can glue it, oops, you can glue it. You can glue it to a barrette, if you like, you know, a smaller barrette. Now these are in the finding section, the jewelry section, and these are just loops, wire earrings. Simple. And they come, these are different size ones. They have different size ones. But it's really lightweight, so you can use this. Yeah, okay, this way. No, wrong way. Other way. Yeah, other way. These would be great for ornaments, no? On the Christmas tree? Oh, okay. So, you could do something like that. You could stick it to a magnet. They sell packs of magnets. You can string a bunch of these up. I'm sorry. All right. We'll see if I post this or not. I have no idea. I wasn't sure how this one was going to work out. I know I wanted to do one because I haven't done a Halloween video in like a couple of years and everything, but I have, this is my newest pattern, but for sale. And, you know, Miss Candy or whatever. And I don't want to like really, you know, you could check out my webpage and whatever, my Etsy's and all that. you know. But I really just kind of had candy corn on the brain, which is funny because I don't go near candy corn. I do not eat it. It is not something I eat. It hurts my teeth every time I eat it, so I don't bother with that. All right. Silly me. All right. If you have any questions, please ask. This you can put on a magnet. You can put it on a hair clip. If you just do one-sided, not the two pieces put together, you can sew it right onto a face mask. You know, we're all wearing a masks or we're taking them off or whatever, but you still need to have a mask around anyway because, you know, some stores and some businesses, they have their rules. You know, they don't want you in without a mask. It's just the one-sided and not two sides crocheted together. You know, you can put it on pretty much anything, sew it on, crochet it on, or, you know, any of these above. I think I would like this, maybe a few of them strung together. And I love that however you put the eyes, it can go this way or this way. So that's cute. And you can always do a little mouth in red. And I do have a bunch of videos that I worked out at just the editing, because I put the pattern in. You know, I put all the subtitles with the pattern in it, so that takes a long time. That really takes like a long time. It's a pain in the neck. But I want you to be able to read the pattern as you're hearing me say the pattern, because sometimes I just say some crazy stuff, you know, and joke with myself and everything. So I figure if the pattern's on the screen, you'll be more willing to make it, right? Right. All right. All right. I think that's about it for now. So Crochet Basics, K. Bella Jolie. If you haven't, please subscribe. I do have other patterns other than this funny little fellow that that I made. And I have a witch up there. If we're doing Halloween, I have a witch up there. I have a candy corn that's a kitty corn. You know, I made it into a cat. And don't follow me because the colors are all wrong. No one even has told me. I did orange, yellow, and white. Nobody told me. Nobody even posted underneath the video, your color combo is off. No one has told me my colors are in the wrong order. All right, what else do I have up there? Oh, I have a bat up there. I have a small little bat up there with little wings and stuff like that. So that's like, you know, Halloween type stuff. And I do have on my website, and most likely on Etsy's also, I have Miss Candy Corn, complete with her little pumpkin purse. And I also have another fun one, a black rose coming out too, that I'm working on. Pattern. I guess that's about it for now. I will have a bunch of patterns on YouTube coming out again, so if you haven't, please subscribe. As always, happy hooking, because it keeps you off the streets. It keeps you, you know, out of trouble, looking super cool and making cute little Halloween stuff, as well as other stuff, of course. All right, and I will be back real soon, and I'll be there with you here, and we'll be together again. All right, have a super great day. Thank you so much for watching. Give us a thumbs up if you like it. Comment below, of course, and I'll be back soon.